Is this thing on? And the saga continues. Today, I want to talk a little bit about the things that I've learned in my 30s.
Friendship edition.
First things first, I learned that I really had to keep my own boundaries, that this was nobody's responsibility but my own. Follow me. When I was in my 20s, I automatically thought that everybody kind of moved like I did and that they'd understand what I understood. But in reality, I had to set some clear boundaries and expectations of what I wanted from my friends prior to just expecting that of them. All of us are raised differently, and that meant putting it into place and being honest about it. Clock it. I also feel like in spaces where boundaries are set and needed, I wasn't the one who was actually following through with them and holding people accountable if they broke those boundaries. This usually ended up in me blowing up in the end. And in reality, I learned in my 30s that it is my responsibility to keep up with them, period. Something else that I learned is that removal is absolutely necessary.
And I know there's a community somewhere that's going to tell me that they've had the same friend since kindergarten.
Good for you, boo. But what I know is that when it's no longer serving me in a friendship, you gotta go. I think that something that I did early on in friendship was think about how long we'd been cool, how long we'd been friends, how long we'd been acquainted with each other, and not really understanding that we have changed. Maybe we've outgrown each other. Maybe we're just into different things. Whatever the case may be, sometimes it is okay to just remove somebody from your life, not because they did anything or maybe because they did, but solely based on the fact that we're just not lining up anymore. And it's uncomfortable. Clock it. You don't have to force a friendship just to say that we did. And it's okay to just cut somebody loose. Because what? Endings are okay. Remember? And don't come for me, because I know you girls love to tussle. But something else that I learned in my 30s was that some things just don't need a damn conversation. Follow me. I don't think that every friendship breakup needs or requires a conversation. Here's why. Before I have a conversation with someone now, approaching them about something that made me uncomfortable, something that I'm upset about, something that needs to be solved, changed, whatever the case may be, I have to ask myself first, is this person mature enough to have this conversation? Is this person mature enough to accept accountability? Does this relationship actually mean much to this person? And I stopped having a lot of conversations because of that. No bad blood. It's okay. But me and you are no longer connected. We don't need to call each other friends anymore. It's okay. And sometimes the shit is just so damn disrespectful. I'm not giving you another second of my time, another second of my energy, and another damn conversation. I'm a communicator. So 9 times out of 10, I've already told you that something was bothering me. And by the 6th, 7th, 8th time, we don't need to have a conversation about it anymore. Let's leave it be. They always talk about how you ghosted them, but they never talk about how you talked to them multiple times about the same damn thing. You're not my child. Clock it. Ooh, this is a good one. I learned in my 30s to remember the phrase, I don't have the capacity right now. In my 20s, I spent so much time trying to be everything to everyone, so much so that I burnt myself out and I made myself sick. And something that I have to keep reminding myself of in my early 30s is that if I don't have the capacity, it is my responsibility to tell them I don't have the capacity, as well as just taking my hands off of things when I don't have the capacity. I'm not going to play Superwoman. I'm not going to clean this mess up. If I don't have the capacity, this can wait. That includes friendships as well. Some things got to be put on pause. Some things I have to revisit. Some things I have to come back to. It doesn't make me less of a friend, but I think that you guys would rather have a friend who has the emotional maturity to tell you,
I'm not in the headspace to do this right now with you,
versus clocking on you at each moment. You don't want that. And last but not least, I learned to keep that same energy. It's always a damn emergency around this motherfucker. And it's getting louder. Okay, where was I at? Oh yeah, keep that same energy. And what I mean is keep that same energy with your friends that you have with that nigga. The amount of energy that you give those romantic relationships, yeah, give that same energy to your friends. The way that you want to love down people in your romantic relationships, love your friends down too. I think that as women, we spend so much time and energy really investing in romantic relationships and almost isolating ourselves from our friends. And what that looks like is when you're going through it, when you're having a problem, You don't have any friends left because you just isolated yourself from them. All I'm saying is keep that same energy with your friends and your lover. It could all be very simple. Clock it. Now that we've wrapped that up, what have you learned in your 30s about friendship? Let me know in the comments. Bye.